What's up again, everybody? Welcome back from our week off. So week 14 officially begins, and it begins in style, I gotta say. So good to see everybody. Let me get that music rocking. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, one of those awesome races we've been waiting for all season. On the left side, your undefeated returning champion, still undefeated like I just pointed out, Mr. 11-0 Cobaltstreak. And on the right side, his opponent today, coming from the AFC West, Mr. Tornas still looking to keep his playoff hopes alive here. He's still alive, folks, so this win could be huge for him in two different ways right there, like I was pointing out. So we got ourselves a really great one. I know these guys are on a call, and again, I'm not going to try to hold anybody back. I know Tornas is kind of on a schedule, so feel free to start whenever you guys are ready. While I explain here what's going on, what we're going to do is a best 2 out of 3 race through the womb 2. So whoever kills off Mom's Heart first, you can see there's zeros at the bottom of the screen by their names. We're going to add 1 point to that, whoever kills off Mom's Heart, and then we'll reset both of them back here to basement number 1, start from scratch. As you can see, I already listed out in chat, we have 7 banned items nobody can take on the way down. One of those will explain, well, okay, one of those shouldn't even be there anymore, that's moot point. Either way though, Dr. Fetus, Epic Fetus, Ipecac, Dead Sea Scrolls, Holy Bible, Toothpicks, and the Shovel are outlawed. Don't worry about the no cancer item, that's because of the charity marathon that we just did, I'll explain that in a bit. So that's okay, don't worry about that trinket, that is fine guys. Also, Toothpicks can be picked up or re-rolled, they're kind of useless, we'll explain why on everything should we see them. Cancer is fine, though, again, don't worry about that. That was from last week. We just haven't taken that out of the explanation there yet. But on that note, basically, they know all the rules. Most glitches are outlawed unless there's some risk involved with it to the racer. And that's basically it. So they know the rules. They're on a call. They'll do their own countdown and start whenever they're ready. Best of luck to you guys both. Again, Cobalt looking for his 12th win to clinch the division and give himself one of those top 4 seeds guaranteed in the AFC. Tornas needs this win to keep his playoff hopes alive, and he is literally on the brink at the moment. So he needs this win one way or the other. So again, best of luck to you guys. Lots of pressure on both of them here. Yeah, going for the Peyton Manning performance. Tornas needs that 7-touchdown Peyton Manning performance where it's just lights out. Too bad we're not playing Baltimore this week. That would have been week number 1 where Tornas played against Rum, if you guys remember. But yeah, he needs that 7-touchdown performance that Peyton Manning just tossed in last night. Man, does he need that in a bad way right here. Anybody could use that. Thank you guys for updating that, by the way. Thank you, thank you. So there's a legitimate list of the 7 banned items. Like I said, don't worry about cancer. That is perfectly allowed. And with that, they're off and running. Ooh, bad start on actually kind of both sides, although it looks like Tornas may be thinking about that Black Bean. No, indeed, he is going to reset. So we had the Black Bean, which would have been Panic Farts. If you got hit, that would have given Tornas a poison effect, kind of like the bean itself. Oh, man. 2 bad starts on Cobalt's side. Make that 3, as he does not want an XL floor. As you notice, all of your item rooms are locked on those, so it's not worth the effort on that. Same thing with the one that he's in now. Tornas, on the other hand, finally getting an item room to start off with here. It's only his 2nd try, might I add, but homing bombs and 5 extra ones with Bobby Bomb there, so you'll notice he'll have homing effect on these from now on. Also facing everybody's favorite and champion version of him for that matter, so let's all get a real quick to Famine, if you would. And there you saw that bomb actually moved a little bit towards Famine after Tornas dropped it. But again, with this charging, you're not going to really worry about bombing too much here. The 1 was probably sufficient. And Cobalt's still looking for that first new item room. Knows where that boss is, but again, you want to find out what your item is before you go into that boss fight and take a little bit of time. Because if it's something really terrible and you're going to reset, you just wasted another extra minute. On that note, though, Tornas going to move on down to his 2nd floor, taking that cube of meat floating around him, an orbital that'll block shots, and if I'm not mistaken, we found out did double tier damage to anything that it actually touches. So basically, your base tiers do 3.5 damage. Those will actually, or the cube of meat touching anything will do 7. And like I said with that Black Bean, now Cobalt has it, so he's going to get Poison Farts, and anytime he gets touched, that'll add a poison effect to anything really close to him. And again, moving on, he's got himself the Pink Widow, already a good, working on 50% of the way through it. Really not that tough, just have to be real careful of that jumping because she is quick. And Tornas with that 2nd item room here, going to add on to his build. Maybe not, actually. The best friend. That is a risky item. Although he is going to take it with him. This has actually killed some of our racers this year. This can glitch out in boss fights. You do not want to use this against a boss. Is that I forgot who it was that he killed this year. Boy, it's been a while, and now I don't remember. This is what happens when you get a week off, folks. But here's what the best friend bomb does. Drops a legitimate bomb down on the ground that you can actually use as such. Now, mind you, it also attracts any enemies over towards it before it actually explodes. So you notice that extra delay on there actually would bring all the enemies over towards it. See, Jesus Juice and Cobalt's going to move on down to his basement too. That's actually mismarked. It's a slight bit of damage up and range increase, not tears up. And I do mean slight damage. It's minimal. Exactly, Cyber. Exactly. Alright, moving on into that second boss fight already. Tornas keeping the advantage going, has got Monstro. Almost called him Monstro 2 again. Thankfully, I didn't refer to him as Gertie. See? Week off is helping. And again, Cobalt just looking for the same room at this point. Also really needs a key for that second item room. Again, at least he has a little bit of damage up at this point, and should anything touch him, he's going to get that poison damage, but he really doesn't want to have to worry about using up hearts to do extra damage. And getting no luck here. But a locked chest. Gee, that'll help. What's up, Daniel? How you doing? Alright, Magic 8 Ball, again, a mismarked item. That's not a tier rate increase, that's actually shot speed increase. They move faster on the screen. Tornas also grabbing himself a Devil Deal. We got Lucky Foot and Bloodlust. That's a toughie. Oh, he's going to take Bloodlust. I like the choice. So, with Blood Rage there, every single enemy that Tornas kills in a room, like let's say in Cobalt's room right here, every enemy that he killed, right now he'd be up to about 1 damage increase, that'd be about a damage and a half, so on and so forth. You get about half a damage per enemy killed, up to a grand total of, I think it's 3.2 damage increase on your tiers, but it resets after every room, keep in mind. Still a nice way to get some extra damage up. Cost him 2 red hearts in the process, though. So again, a little bit of a risk being taken, but sometimes you gotta do it because you really need something extra on that build. And at this point, you're early enough on, might as well try it. So still no key. Cobalt, I'm betting, kind of is hoping for that item box here, so he winds up with one. He would probably rather have his item at this point. Maybe at the absolute least he winds up with a God Room or a Devil Deal here. Because I don't think he's taken any damage on this floor. So he's got a good chance. Ooh, and indeed he does. A little bit more health up, and he'll be moving on into that Devil Deal, hoping to replace his item room. He kind of gets to replace it. Not what he was hoping for. He wanted to be able to buy something. This is a random chance. You get Krampus sometimes in your Devil Deals. Now you have another mini-boss fight to kill off. There's that Poison Cloud from Black Bean we were talking about. And you see Cobalt can apply that same poison damage. So anytime you want to, you can continually apply it. It's better than just the bean itself, except that you have to take damage to use it. But again, you'll wind up with a lump of coal at the end of this that, as your shots travel further on screen, increase in size and damage output. So at least it's a free item, except for the time that you have to spend. Did Cobalt say that? That's awesome. It's Crumb's run. That's why I love Cobalt. Alright, like I was saying, he's moving on down to his caves one. So he's on the same floor that Tornas is now. Problem is, Tornas just found his boss fight, and again, has not found that item room yet. Does have a key, so my guess would be, indeed, he is going to go back and look for it to build onto what he has. That's too great. That's why I love our racers. Alright, where's that item room going to be? Aha! We have found it really quickly. I love it. You go on a search for an item room, it's like 1 room away every time I bring that up. So we'll find out what Tornas gets, and he'll be on to his boss fight, keeping that lead going. We got a Curse of Darkness on Cobalt. You notice his mini-map isn't showing the same way that Tornas's is. No matter what you have. Doesn't matter if you have the compass, treasure map, world card, anything of that nature. Doesn't matter. You will never see your map on this floor. Alright, Tornas moving on into his fight against Chad here, so I'll wind up with Little Chad. Not really that useful at the moment, especially because he only has the 1 red heart. Oh god, that's scary. I hate that best friend bomb in boss fights. That was a risk Tornas just took there, but I guess worth it at this point. So down to just the last little bit of health there. Again, he'll wind up with Little Chad. Every couple rooms he clears will wind up spawning half a red heart for him. But again, notice only the one red heart to work with, so it's only so useful here. Alright, but moving on down, again, leaving that item room behind. And Curse of the Lost. Again, different type of curse this time. We'll add extra rooms onto Tornas' floor, so he'll have more to actually work through. At least we get 5 extra bombs here. Remote detonator on Cobalt's side. Like I said, you get 5 free bombs out of it, so at least pick it up if you're going to have that show up for you. And again, he'll do that, leave it right behind. That would have given him the chance to explode bombs whenever he wanted to. But again, he'll hold on to his D6 in hopes of coming across something that he actually can reroll. Yeah, he did leave the item room behind because he didn't take the item that was in it. So that means that he left it behind. Yeah, it's time of the shot being out. Like, let's say you got My Reflection or something to that effect. While it's curving back at you, it doesn't matter if it's, you know, like the distance away from you. It's just the amount of time that the shot is on the screen. Which is based off your range stat, and that's where everybody's getting that idea from. Alright, a little more health and a God Room this time for Cobaltstreak, in which we got the Dead Dove, so a little bit of flying and spectral tears. That is the godly version of Spirit of the Night. And again, he'll move on down to his caves too, looking to make up that time advantage that Tornas is working with here on the right side. Again, Tornas just that one red heart though, so you see the difference in builds. Make that half a red heart full for him now. And you can see that makes you play a little more cautiously. Oh, and finally a key showing up for Cobalt. So he'll finally be able to get into an item room should he actually come across it. Again, though, I know Cobalt well enough that he's willing to skip quite a few item rooms if he thinks that he's got a good enough build going. Yep, shot speed would make it worse, exactly. Yep, Complete actually said it perfectly. Complete's got a very good description right there of why shot speed increase isn't really that handy and why a lot of erasers pass on it, and why we put the toothpicks in as rerollable this year, for that matter. Whoa! I hate when those giraffes glitch out like that, but Cobalt dodged it beautifully there. Nicely done. And again, here comes a boss room on Cobalt's side. We got the item room for Tornas on the right. So again, we're going to see how this plays out. Cobalt may want that time advantage back. So Eve's Birdfoot will bring out Eve's Dead Bird. Oh, exactly what Tornas needed too. A little bit of speed down with this, believe it or not, but every other stat goes up, including your health with Super Meat Boy Superfan. So Tornas now has a smile across his face as he's sitting at 2 red hearts and breathing much easier. So, oh, thank you. So much better. But again, Cobalt is going to head on into his boss fight here. As we already see, he's fighting Tanky Gertie, so lots of extra spawns. Don't have to worry about her shooting those quintuple shots at you, though. Yeah, you notice that Blood Rage enacting, and there you see, actually, as Tornas gets hit, you have a chance that Eve's Dead Bird came out for that one room. And again, notice, didn't really do much. It's kind of stupid. But it's better not having a trinket in the first place, so good choice there to take that by Tornas. Again, it's always that chance of extra DPS, maybe in a really long fight if you get hit right at the beginning, so it could help you out a ton. Oh, and what do we say every time, guys? When you go to the Cave Stew store, it's always greed. Every single time. It pretty much has been for weeks on end. Ooh, look at this. Cobalt's actually going to go back for his item room here on Cave Stew. So let's see how long it takes for him to actually come across this. I'm actually kind of shocked that, well, he knows that Tornas is still looking for that boss fight too, I'm sure. Again, no luck yet. He's got himself his, his store in an arcade, if nothing else, though. Store isn't quite worth it. Arcade, on the other hand, very much could be with that purple slot machine, thank you. And again, with plenty of hearts on the floor, Cobalt's going to make himself some money here. Oh, wow, did that work out nicely. So, yeah, I'd say that playing that purple slot machine worked out beautifully. So, this is an item that we had banned all week up to this point. Again, because we're back in sanctioned boiler races, we're not banning it just because, oh, wow, this could turn out beautifully. So, we're not banning it in the races themselves. Don't worry about that, but there's cancer for you. So, that's going to double up Cobalt's shot speed. Or, excuse me, his fire rate. I always say that backwards. Meant to say fire rate. Ooh, and he's actually going to skip the item room now? Because he knew it was going to be down that route. May have only had about one more room to clear, but indeed, it looks like Cobalt is just going to skip it without having a key now. I wonder if that occurred to him afterwards, like, oh wait, I don't have a key. Ooh, Tornas down. Ouch. I didn't want to say anything about it, but Peep claiming another victim here. Oh, so all the way back to start on Tornas' side. And Halo flies, a nice defensive start to his build now, so 2 orbitals floating around Tornas to block shots. And again, the only thing that those will actually damage is the flies that look exactly like him. Alright, so Tornas on into his first boss fight here on his new run. He's going to wind up with the Widow. Again, nothing too scary about this one. Notice the difference between the pink one that Cobalt fought earlier. Wow, I can talk. And the one that Tornas is fighting now. This one's basically going to jump a lot slower. It's going to get a few more spawns out there, but a lot slower on the jumping. And those spiders suck. I hate... The mini spiders are the worst part of that boss fight, quite honestly. What's up, Gab? How you doing? Hey, what's up, Cage? Alright, and once again, without an item room here, Cobalt yet again finds his boss fight first. And Monstro 2, you can actually keep in this pattern that you see Cobalt's going to do. He's just going to keep going side to side, but watch Monstro's head. It'll glitch, not glitch, but it'll move twice. Third one's going to be the Brimstone, and you know that after the second move, he stays still. So 1, 2, move to the other side, 1, 2, move right over. Keep that same pattern going over and over. You can do it exactly like this. Ooh. Move just slightly too soon. This is the riskier version. Why I don't do it this way is because I always do what Cobalt did on that first shot right there and walk right into it accidentally. That's why I do the side-to-side movement like he was doing at the beginning, because I'm not skilled enough to do this without just walking like, oh, look, Brimstone. I'm what we call sloppy. Ooh, there's a, oh my god. Cobalt's going to be very happy that he picked up the mom's purse in that last store, because with 2 trinket spots, he now gets the curved horn thanks to that item box. Oh. Yeah, that's a pisser, though. He had his D6, too. Yeah, no, you can't pick it up, though. You can't pick it up, though. Yeah, that's a reset incoming. And that's why you don't faceplant items, kids. Yep. That was a hell of a build, too. That's painful. So, again, Tornas back in the lead here as Cobalt had to reset that one. Ouch. It doesn't matter. You can't pick up the banned items, guys. Ooh, Mr. Mega now on, on Tornas' side. 5 free bombs, and now he's got extra damage and blast radius on them. We actually proved that. If I'm not mistaken, it goes up by about 1.5 damage on your bombs. You notice now they're gigantic by comparison. Ooh, how about that curse room? So, prayer card. That's kind of rare, especially to start off the run with. That's a heck of a beginning there on Cobalt's side. So he'll take a little bit of range because of Mom's panties. The prayer card he'll use right after this boss fight. It's going to give him 1/2 an eternal heart, the bacon heart, if you will. Basically, as he goes down onto the next floor every time, that half a heart's going to turn into 1 full heart container for him. Again, every 6 rooms that charges up, so you do have the opportunity that if you think that you can get away with it and get 6 rooms, you can get 2 on the same floor and do the same thing and make yourself a full health container. So it's a little bit of a risk at that point, but you can do it either way. Again, every 6 rooms that's going to recharge. Again, guys, the rules have been exactly the same all season. We've seen about 6 resets because of banned items picked up. It ain't going to change now. Alright, wire code hanger. There you see that usage by Cobalt of the prayer card. And again, 1 more full health as he goes down. So now a little bit of a fire rate increase because of that wire code hanger. And he's up to his 4 hearts. Speaking of 4 hearts, Tornas also picking up some health up. He'll be moving to the caves one, so full floor advantage here for him. Oh, I don't doubt it. Like I said, the people that had to reset this year, I can only imagine were just like, oh, god damn it. Like, there's been like 3 really good runs that have had to been reset because of banned items being picked up. And again, the worst part is that he had his D6 roll, so he could have just walked in and D6'd it and it would have been fine. Ooh, and speaking of Eve's Dead Bird, oh, not the greatest thing, but because Cobalt just found what he did in that crystal ball, he's going to get a full map and compass reveal every time he uses that, along with a key or a card spawning out of it. Excuse me, not a key, soul heart. Why the hell did I say key? Soul heart coming out of that. Either that or the card, like I said. So that's a great find, especially in a race situation. That is going to save you a ton of time. So he's definitely keeping what he has now. Eve's Dead Bird, same thing like the trinket that we saw with that Tornis had earlier. If you get hit, again, this time, though, guaranteed chance. So 100% this time for Cobalt instead of the trinket, which is just random. This is guaranteed that it's going to bring out Eve's Dead Bird to try and do damage for you. And there you see it. Cobalt took that damage on purpose, I bet. I will put money down that he did that damage on purpose to get Eve's Dead Bird out, because it will actually help in this fight for speed. Yeah, Cobalt's getting really nice items to make up for this, if nothing else. I don't like the dead bird so much, mind you, but, you know, hey, in this fight it's going to help somewhat. If it's not stupid and goes after that poop fly like it's doing, it's kind of stupid, folks. Like I was warning you, that dead bird, not bright. A little bit of range up again with Mom's Lipstick, so 2 Mom items now for Cobalt and 2 floors, and he'll be moving on down to his caves 1. Ooh, and Tornas found himself Telepill. Speaking of boss fights, going directly into that, saving himself a lot of time on this Caves 1 floor. How about that for you? So working on a golden hollow. This is going to drop coins every time that you kill off 1 piece. Yeah, that damn dirt bird. Let's see, Rusted Key now on Cobalt's side is going to add more chance of key spawns at the end of rooms and out of chests. Yeah, them Otaku ports, man, I'm telling you, they're still a thing, guys. We take a week off and Otaku porting is still a thing. Speaking of keys, there's that Rusted Key paying off already, and there's a good place to use it with Cobalt's item room showing up. Wow, not the greatest again. Ghost Baby, though, will add some damage on. That has got Spectral Tears, and they are base damage. So, not that great, but they will go through rocks and things of that nature. And again, damage increase on Cobalt's side. Plus, he knows exactly where he's going as he used up that crystal ball once again. So, this and 2 more rooms to clear, and he'll be in the same room as Tornas. Alright, like I said, Jesus Juice is actually mismarked. That's range up, but the tears up is actually a slight damage increase, not tear rate increase. So again, very slightly mismarked item. Should also point out all those flies that you see are because of Guppy's head that Tornas just used right there. Every single room you get anywhere between, I believe it's 2 to 6 attack flies. Whoa, how did that just happen? One of Tornas's orbitals just kind of moved a really strange pattern. That was bizarre. Either way, though, like I said, Cobalt moving on into this boss fight, and he's got Gertie once again. This one is going to shoot out those quintuple shots, though. Yeah, it looks like Cobalt's going to do his 1, 2, 3 move technique, which, again, you can see will keep you out of the way of that. Just perfectly timed. It'll either spawn or do that quintuple shot on you. But he'll probably, if you're in Cobaltstreak's channel right now, you can actually hear him probably doing that count to himself. Alright, yet again, those mismarked items. Magic 8 Ball will actually give you a shot speed increase, not tier rate increase. But again, Cobalt moving on down to his caves too. We're pretty well even at this point. Here you see, Death Card will do pretty... I think it's like 40 damage to everything in the room. It was 40 or 60, I can't remember which we figured out it was. Oh man, how about one more penny? How about one more penny on Tornas' side? I see a carry item happening here. Alright, there's that crystal ball. Cobalt again gonna, at this point, gonna use up his 2 bombs to head straight on over to his item room. But oh, we need a penny on Tornas' side. He doesn't even care about his item room, he just wants a penny. Oh, look at that, we found it! Hello, blue candle incoming! Oh, and by the way, this is one thing you gotta watch out for, folks. If you're using Guppy's Head like that as you're walking through doors, there's a good chance that it won't actually enact for you. And you just saw that happen on Tornas' side, but I don't think he cares. He's going to be happy. Oh, look at this. How about some revenge against Pete, possibly? But he's going to, every 4 seconds or so, use that blue candle. And you can see just how damaging that is and why we call this thing the carry candle. Yeah, again, in a race situation, guys, we're not looking to pick up all the money in the world every time. What are the chances that you're going to get the candle to show up? 1 in 198. So, again, you're doing a race through the womb, too. You're not doing a race to pick up 99 cents. So it's not that he left it behind like that, it's just that he didn't want to waste the time to go pick it up because he was worried about, like, he's racing an undefeated racer within BOILeR, so he's kind of pushing for time on this one. Those 3 cents, a lot of racers are going to leave stuff like that behind. If it's a bomb, they're probably going to grab it because bombs are very useful. And again, in this case, like keys, when you really need them to get into item rooms like Cobalt will, he's going to go back and grab that. But in the situation of like money, a lot of erasers don't even touch stores. So you're going to see them not even worry about it. If they get it in the room and it's near them, awesome, whatever, they'll take it. But they're not going to really go out of their way to be like, oh, there's, you know, a penny sitting over in the corner of that room. I have to go back and get that after it's clear. They'll just, you know, pass on it and keep walking through. If they have to go back through the room, yeah, sure, they'll grab it on the way through again. But again, it's based off of just trying to get through the womb, too. So most racers, in the sake of time, will actually just go ahead and bypass a lot of stuff. Kind of the same thing with, like, items in boss rooms. Like, a lot of people like, oh, he forgot to pick up the cat of 9 tails. Like, no, he didn't. He just didn't want it. It's the same thing. A lot of people don't like certain types of items. They'll bypass it and just head straight on through because picking them up uses up about 2 seconds. So let's see, a little bit, let me try that again. A little bit more health for Cobalt, and he'll be moving on down. He's got an Acropolis version of the Depths one, so they are on the same floor, but Cobalt's got the expansion version here. And here you notice the dead bird being the derp dead bird. You can't hit those things. But the bird sure thinks he can. And it's pretty much glued to the turret at the moment, so that's why I don't like these things. I know, those birds are so damn dumb. See, again, it's going after the mask and not the heart. You don't kill the mask, you kill the heart. You can kill them. Shoot, we should have proved that on Mythbusters. Dang it. You can actually kill those masks, but it's really not worth it. You might as well kill the other one. Ooh. Blood rights. That would injure you to injure everything in the room. Again, for a very good clip of damage. Ooh, and Cobalt may have kind of wished that he brought that into this fight. In fact, he may really wish that he brought that into this fight. Mask of Infamy with homing shots. Ugh. I don't think I like that combination right there. So we'll see how Cobalt handles this. Once the mask opens up, he's got to shoot it from the side or in the back, and these homing shots can hose you over sometime with this. So far, so good, though. Looks like he's just going to let the bird do some work here. I like this choice. In fact, I like this choice a lot. That bird's going to help considerably here, time-wise. The ultimate time killer. And there's that 2 hearts. We'll double up the amount of red hearts you have fill in your containers. And Tornas just one more enemy to kill here. He'll be in the same room as Cobalt, who again has made up a lot of time after that reset. And aw, it's on the wrong side. That was supposed to be Cobalt's boss. Well, we got Loki for Tornas. It's too funny. It had to be said. But nonetheless, it's Tornas taking out Loki here. We got Cobalt moving on down to his Depths 2. Again, an Acropolis version. You won't see the 2 on it, but we all know that he just took out Depths 1, correct? That means it's Depths 2, so it just doesn't show you the 2 there if you get the expansion version. So a very, very slight advantage on Cobalt's side. We see Loki just dying off. Once again, that box of items. Ooh. One of everything, including damage. That was a cheeseball placement. Oh, God. All right, well, that's a little bit of a game changer on one side. How about Polyphemus? Uh-oh. On Cobalt's side, and that's a nice damage increase. Again, with those purple homing tiers, he just has to get them to actually hit the correct enemies here. There we go. And you'll see they'll do mass damage by comparison to what they used to. And he's already got a pretty nice fire rate, so he's looking okay for himself here with this build. Yeah, homing poly. Ooh, doggies. That's a nice combo when it's not enemies that can't take damage. This is a very nice combination of things. Alright, Wheel of Fortune's one slot machine whenever Cobalt uses that. And again, with the Burnt Penny now, Tornas actually going to consider picking up every single penny. Burnt Penny as a trinket will, as you pick up coins, give you a chance that also spawns one bomb for you. So now coins become very, very valuable because bombs are useful. Again, against bosses, lots of extra damage from your tiers. Yeah, the Crystal Ball has been the huge help for Cobaltstreak so far. That was a very nice early find. By the way, you notice there's 2 dead birds on the screen. We've been proving this a lot over the last 2 weeks. Cobalt's got Eve's Birdfoot and Eve's Dead Bird. Yes, they can both be on the screen at the same time with that percentage chance with the trinket. So, as you just noticed, there they were. I know, those masks are just brutal. And look at that. That's why you find those secret rooms at this point. It's Tornas. Oh, those bombs. Oh, yeah. So nice. So 7 bombs on his side now. And Cobalt can be the first on into his mom fight. Gray mom, so nothing too scary about her. Again, nothing too ridiculously frightening unless you let these ads build up on screen, because you notice the bullet hell that this becomes very quickly. But again, Mom's Foot will actually take those enemies out if they're close enough for you. Wow, look at that dodging. Whew. So again, now Tornas really going to be pushing, trying to find his Mom's Foot fight. And again, still looking for his item room as well, possibly. With that blue candle, I may be okay with this build. But we'll see if he even comes across this boss fight first, and then he'll have that decision to make. Up until then, kind of moot point. Alright, Jesus Juice again, mismarked, slight bit of damage up instead of that tier rate increase. But again, you do still get that range. Again, very, very slight damage. Oh boy, this could get fun. Cobalt's got a loading error. There's that one flash. Wait for it. Wait for it. Right there. XL floor. Oh boy. One room to clear, and he's going to be able to see his entire map on this Loom XL, which will prove the point that there's no item rooms, no stores, just 2 back-to-back boss fights on the other side of this map for Cobalt. So he's going to head over to the right top side and have 2 back-to-back fights looking to end off this first round here. So now Tornas really going to be pushing for time. And there's that item room. So again, it takes that whole question we were worried about out of the equation. I know, so much RNG. It's everywhere, man. Again, let's see, we got this room. 1, 2, 3 more to clear out, and then we'll have 2 back-to-back boss fights. You can barely see the top of that map. It will cut off on XL floors on your mini-map like that. It's not a miscapture on Cobalt's side or anything. That's just how the map works from time to time in these XL floors. So there is one more room up on top of where you see that boss fight. And he'll be into both of these just momentarily. 2 more rooms to clear. Wow, that put Tornas really up a creek here as he's down to 1.5 hearts, still looking for that Mom's Foot fight. Make that 2.5 hearts now. Ooh, and another dead end. Wow, these floors are being evil to him tonight, man. And again, this is the advantage of the compass and map, both in the same item with that crystal ball every 6 rooms for your charge. You definitely cannot go wrong with that as a space use item here in these races. Yeah, getting this carried in a boiler run? Yeah, it's paddling. Alright, Cobalt gonna do some gambling here, because he's got 1 penny left. Oh, how about that? How about a free orbital as you walk into your last 2 boss fights? Heck yes, thank you. So a little bit of shot blocking. How about that full-on heal? Absolutely. No, he's not gonna reroll a boss in this. Not in a race situation. In a normal run, yeah, Cobalt would reroll a boss in a heartbeat, but not this one. Definitely not Conquest either. I think given the choice, Conquest would not be the first boss that Cobalt would be rerolling. Oh, Conquest, why are you being a douche? Get out of the wall, buddy. Conquest. Conquest, thank you. Jesus, I hate when this boss fight does this. Ooh, and taking a cheap shot on there on Cobalt. That was evil. I think Cobalt got caught on a rock for about a moment there. Ooh, how about that full heal for Tornas? At least he gets something good right before this boss fight. Which version? Ooh, and he gets real lucky here with Red Mom's Foot as well. So again, you'll notice his blue candle, even while those doors are closed, will still do damage to it. So 3 shots of those, a couple tears, and he gets his speed up, and he'll be on down to his Womb 1 level. Ooh, make that an XL on his side as well. Uh-oh. So if Tornas can come across these boss fights, and if, let's say, Conquest gets exceptionally lucky, I was going to say because there's 1 shot left, then maybe there's a good chance here. But let's see, Cobalt to take that white pony. That'll give him that same crack the sky effect that Conquest was using. And again, flying as well, which will help him considerably in Phase 3 of Mom's Heart. But again, moving on, looking for his 1-0 lead here if he can. Oh, his damage is filthy. Like, Cobalt's had a little bit of other damage up items. Actually, just one. He got Jesus Juice, I believe was it. But with Polyphemus on there, yeah, you're looking at a pretty nice damage clip. So he's going to chunk Mom's Heart's health away here. And in really quick fashion, for that matter. And again, Tornas going to use up all these 10 bombs. He's hoping to find these boss fights as fast as he possibly can, because he knows that he's on his last leg on this one. Wow, look at that nice Ghost Baby actually killed off the one in the back. Ghost Baby being a bro, ladies and gentlemen. Actually getting a kill on a knight. Wow. Alright, where's it at? Oh no, another dead end on Tornas' side. No. Alright, so under halfway to go on Mom's Heart here. Looks like Cobalt's got himself that probable 1-0 win, or lead, I should say here. Just a little bit more, and Mom's Heart will stay out the rest of the fight. Should be literally 1 more tier against her, and she'll stay out. And right about there it is, ladies and gents. So she'll stay out the rest of the fight, allow Cobalt to direct damage her, and ouch, there's that pretty much wrap-up on the right side as Double Lust takes out Tornas. Ouch. Yeah, nothing he could do there. He was bum rushing looking for those boss fights. So again, at that point, you're going to take a lot of extra damage. But there you have it, ladies and gents. Cobaltstreak putting that last little bit of damage down. When you see the way up and the way down to the next 2 levels, that's when you got it all cleared. So 1-0 lead. And Cobaltstreak's going to look to remain undefeated here. As again, he leads 1-0 in a best 2 out of 3. We're going to do a real brief ad break on all 3 sides, I would assume, because everybody here is actually partnered. So if you guys want to do me a favor, let me give you a link into both of their channels. Tell them both great race on that one, for one thing. Head on over there, watch their ads for me if you guys would. I'm going to run 2 minutes myself, and we're going to, as you can see, get them both reset and started back from scratch again. So head on into that cadguard.net link, say what's up to both Cobalt and Tornas if you guys would, and I'll be right back in about 2 minutes. We'll get round number 2 underway. we're back. Let me flip this back on over here, and as you can see, we are ready to go for round number 2. So we got Cobaltstreak leading 1-0 right now after that pretty damn nice comeback, I gotta say. Look at this, he's actually going to take a Curse of Darkness on the first floor. Again, this proves to you that Basement 1, Basement 2 are very small floors, and you don't really have all that much to worry about. But again, both looking at their item rooms. Again, they are on a call together. Let me get you a link into both of their channels here, which would help if I could spell. There you go. Aha, there we are. There's a link into both Cobalt and Tornas' channels, so hit them both up, tell them both good luck on this race. And again, being that they're on a call together, they'll get their own countdown going. They'll be off and racing whenever they're ready here. And Cobalt's going to look to win 2-0. Tornas going to look to even this up in 1 apiece, and then win the following game 3 to keep his playoff hopes alive. Otherwise, that is going to be it for him. Love you too, Charles. How you doing? Dang, not bad. So because of the $13,500 that we raised last week, again, we took a week off. We did a charity marathon here for St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and we raised $13,520 in 6 days, which grand totaled to about $95.55 an hour, give or take, that we wound up raising. That's pretty insane. That's a pretty insane number right there. So almost $100 an hour. That's crazy. That's why my headset wasn't working right. It was wrapped around my chair. Ah, so much better. And they're off and running, so again, best of luck, guys. Ooh, look at this. That is actually best of luck to start off with. Damage on Cobalt's side as he's got Brother Bobby with base damage tiers following around. Tornas on the right side just picked up the odd mushroom, so he gets capped out fire rate, drops your damage just a little bit on your tiers, but again, look at that fire rate by comparison. And at that point, I don't think Cobalt wanted his run anymore. Either that or I'm lagging balls on his side, one of the two. I can't tell if that's just him resetting. Nope, that's him dropping offline on mine. There we go. I love when that happens. And again, that was Twitch just randomly deciding like, oh, you're connected to Cobalt stream? No, you weren't. So again, he's got 15 cents now. Do you take that battery? Ooh, he's not going to. I'll be darned. So again, without a real space use item here, again, the D6, like, that would have been great to have with the D6 on Cobalt's normal runs, especially on the first floor. But again, a little bit different in this situation here because D6 only allowed against 7 different items here. Oh, excuse me. And again, we got Bob's Curse, excuse me, for poison bombs on Tornas' side. So again, gives him 5 extras. He's up to 7 now. He'll be on into the same boss fight. Actually, the exact same boss fight. Let's get double for Famine, if you would. That's what I was waiting for. I was pretty sure that we were going to wind up with another Horseman. It just usually happens. So lo and behold, double Famine fights. Alright, so both going to wind up with that cube of meat the Cobalt's picking up right now to orbit around. That'll block shots and, again, damage anything for about double base damage tiers. Immediate item room, though, no key for Tornas, so we're going to have to go searching for that here. Again, no key for Cobalt either, so both going to have to look for one. No, I'm not lagging. You are, actually. I haven't dropped a single frame. Again, notice when it's 1 out of 1,600 people that says that I'm lagging, it's probably you. Sorry, but it probably is. Alright, so with that key, we got Tornas going back. Ooh, how about Robo Baby? We got nice builds going on here, so yet another follower. Pretty decent damage with that. Yeah, as you can see, that laser going all the way across the screen. Again, any type of solid item is actually going to stop that in place. Lasers don't technically go through everything in this. Which is funny because, as you see, they pierce right through enemies, but they don't pierce through rocks and things like that, so you actually have to have spectral tiers. It won't affect Robo Baby, though. I'm just pointing that out right now. Ooh, how about a God Room and some health up for Tornas? We got Mr. Mega on the left side for Cobaltstreak. Again, huge damage increase on your bombs and size increase on him as well. Got more damage increase on Tears on Tornas' side as he picks up Blood of the Martyr, so very nice finds. Again, these builds are kind of filthy in this run. This is going to get fun. And there you see, look at that chunk of damage that one bomb on Cobalt's side took out. Again, that is huge damage up from your normal bombs, which are already huge damage up on your Tears in the first place. So a little bit of fire rate increase, and no such luck with the special room there. Cobalt going to move on down to his caves. And again, dealing with that loading screen error. Aha, yet again, another XL floor. And Cobalt's basically got almost the same type of setup I do. If you tend to see one of those pop on Cobalt's side, he's almost got an XL floor guaranteed. So let's see, yet again, that boss fight showing up first for Tornas. I might be okay enough to skip this item room at this point, trying to make sure that I got the lead, but we'll see what Tornas chooses. Indeed, he's going to at least fight this boss. We'll see about skipping the item room, though. I'm kind of curious, being that he doesn't know where it is, and it would be a straight backup. I'm kind of thinking he may skip it. But we'll find out momentarily here, as he's almost done with Fistula, believe it or not. All you really have to worry about is when you kill those off, you see you get the little chompers, basically, that spawn. Yeah, you may not see Cobalt losing, but if you go back in my highlights, again, guys, like, I've beaten him on my stream. So is Jim Drizzle, so is Slackaholicus, so believe me, he's beatable. Also, let's see, just from this year in match losses, he's lost to Video Game Freak, Zwicky, who else? Who was week number 1 was Zwicky, I think. I can't even remember, so believe me, there's still a damn good chance. And even he expects to lose this year. Keep in mind, Slack is undefeated against him. Just saying. Oh, by the way, Slack is also 11-0, same record as Cobalt, and actually races next, so you might want to look out for him. Ooh, and look at this, Cobalt finding both of his boss fights first here on this XL floor. So once again, decision time, and he's happy with his build, it looks like. He's going to go right on in and fight both of these bosses with no item rooms picked up. So again, I like the move. I think he's happy enough with this build at the moment. We'll see. He's going to get a second cube of meat, which means more damage output. Again, that same cube that he has floating around is going to turn into Meat Boy's head and actually start firing out pretty decently damaging red tears. So a little bit more damage up. Wow, Pestilence, chill, bro. Look at all those shots, my god. Anyways, I think he's going to be happy enough with this because we got Tornas on his Caves 2 boss fight peep right now. Again, Tornas also with that Sun card. That's 3 uses. That's a damage everything in the room considerably. We're talking like death card damage. It's actually double death card, I think, if I did my math wrong. Either way, though, damaged everything in the room, a full red heart heal, and probably most importantly at this point, a full map reveal. So Tornas has got a pretty nice advantage in hand just from that, but they are both technically in the same room right now. Again, both skipping their item room yet again on this floor from the looks of things, but we'll see here. Cat o' nine tails, shot speed increase, they'll move faster on screen for Tornas. And yes, he will. He'll be on down to his depths 1. So again, slight advantage on the right side, though Cobalt just about done with Gertie here. And a little bit more health up for him. Like I said, he is going to skip those 2 item rooms, moving on down to the depths for him. And again, regular version of the depths this time for Cobalt, expansion for Tornas. Ooh, and getting cheap shotted by the corner of that mask. That was evil. See, sadly, if this were me, I would have just popped my Sun card in this. Actually, at this point, I probably just would. Being down at half a heart, I'd just pop the Sun card and say the hell with that last mask. Ooh, Depths 1 greed fight this time, so Cobalt trying to spend some of that money that he had. No such luck, though. So we'll get a little bit extra money, if not, maybe a Steam sale out of this. Yep, lo and behold, Steam sale. 50% off of anything in Cobalt stores from here on out, which he's only got one more store to worry about. Either way, though, that could come in very handy on the depths, too, so he'll probably be heading into that store as well to see what he can do. Alright, I have no idea, sadly, what it was that Tornas just picked up because I can't see the effect on him because he's so damn small. Ah, there it is. Now I can already tell. Vampire heals. Charm of the Vampire. I can tell just by what happened right there. So every time they do, you get, what is it? Actually, he hasn't killed 13 yet. How the hell did that work out? Either way, at least you got a chance at a heal at the end of killing enemies then. Oh god, that dodge. Nicely done by Tornas, and I would have taken damage right there. I hate those rooms. I almost hate these that Cobalt's in worse, because I tend to get that champion mob right next to me, and that guarantees a full-hearted damage on me. Ooh, and yet again a boss fight with no item room showing up on Cobalt's side. And looks like, indeed, again, he's going to do the same method here. So, at least killing off the boss. Oh, and it is Loki on the correct side this time. See? The game listened to me, guys. So, Loki showing up as Cobalt's fight. I'm waiting for the Mr. Cools. There they are. I was waiting for it. I knew I didn't even have to ask. I knew they'd just show up. There's those Mr. Cool emotes. Alright, Magic 8 Ball again, mismarked item, would have been shot speed increase. Oh god, that devil deal, no thanks. A quarter for a heart. No. That just, no. Ooh, this'll be nice though. How about a Stars card will teleport you directly into an item room, and that paid dividends for Cobaltstreak. Mom's Bra is a very, very nice item to have against boss fights. That'll freeze enemies in place for 7 seconds, not allowing them to move, shoot, do anything. So that is huge right there. That is a great item. So just this one extra room to clear out, and Cobalt's going to head on down to his depths too after he gets to the end of this. So again, Tornas now playing a little bit of catch-up here. 2 hearts would actually give him a full heal at this point. And he'll take that Sun card with still. Looking for that boss fight, which we know is going to be somewhere at the end of this hallway. And again, with Isaac's head, the trinket, you see floating around behind him, actually doing base tier damage. Nothing too special, just like Brother Bobby, but again, in trinket form instead of having to pick up an actual item. And anytime now my music can click over. There you go. I knew Fubar could do it. It really thought about not playing that next song for a minute. What's up, Infinity? How you doing? Alright, Carrying Queen just about dead. You can thank Robo Baby for that, as that doesn't have to worry about the, again, it's got piercing shot, so it goes straight on through the rest of the body. You can only hit her from behind, though. Hierophant's 2 soul hearts. And again, we'll keep that Sun card with him. That thing is still far too effective. There's that Mom's Bra freezing all these enemies in place. Ooh, getting Curse of the Lost for Tornas. That's not going to help. That adds extra rooms onto your floor, so he's going to really have to hope at this point that he comes across his special rooms quickly. That may actually warrant me popping that Sun card. The Curse of the Lost adds enough extra rooms that if you're behind especially, I'd probably go ahead and use it. Let's see, Tornas still flying along here. He's got a dang nice build going. There is that item room. We was hoping for something to show up quickly here. So that's going to bring this even closer together. Technically, that brings Tornas into the lead, if you want to look at it this way, because he knows where that item room is now. And talk about evening it up, if not giving him the advantage. Cobalt with yet another boss fight without an item room on his floor. This could be 4 in a row right here, guys. So let's see if he's willing to skip that item room yet again. Because if he goes into this boss fight, just like Tornas at this point, even though he already got his item room, obviously, and you see Ghost Baby flying around behind, shooting out, again, base damage spectral tears that'll float through rocks. But again, there you see, Cobalt gonna head right on in. He's got his red mom. Tornas gonna have blue mom. Oh god, far worse version on Tornas' side. That'll spawn expansion level enemies. Red mom is gonna stomp her foot down far quicker than she normally does. All you have to watch out for is those random triple shots that you just saw on Cobalt's side. Notice he's making pretty quick work of her here, whereas Tornas has really got to worry about all these extra spawns in the room, and they are nasty expansion level enemy spawns. Alright, a little bit more range up, and again, both moving onto the womb at just about the exact same moment here. There's that sun card. Tornas going to make his way directly to this boss fight. Does not have an extra bomb to do his moon strats, though. So we'll have to clear a few extra rooms in the process. Cobalt, on the other hand, doesn't know where he's going. He's just looking for that boss fight. So randomly, he's going to hope that he comes across the same direction. Oops, wrong button. Try that again. That was, oh, whatever. It's pertinent, but beside the point. Wrong button. That's the link I meant to give you. That's the one I meant to give you. So there's a link to get into both Cobalt and Tornas' channel side by side. Please go give those guys some support, because this is going to be a dang good finish right here. And again, this is only round number 2 of a best of 3, so if Tornas wins this, we got match number 3 coming up right afterwards. Yeah, this is straight up neck and neck. Tornas with the advantage, though, because he knows where he's heading. And again, Cobalt, as you see, is in a quote-unquote dead end. He's got a curse room, but he isn't going to touch that. He wouldn't be able to live getting in and out. Honestly, it would kill him. So he's going to head on over here to this side and hope now that he's got his boss fight over here. Maybe an arcade at this point. He may really hope that he finds some way to heal. Maybe a library would come in handy. And again, this and 2 more rooms, and Tornas will be on to his first boss fight. Yep, in the regular season, we go through the womb too. Come playoff time, every week it goes 1 floor further. Cobalt needed that heal in a pretty bad way there, so now he's up to 2.5 hearts. Again, everything in the womb, keep in mind, even that champion mob still hits you for 1 full heart of damage. Not everything. You can take 2 hearts of damage if you're using, what is it, Blood Rights? I forget which one of the 2 it is. But one of your items will actually hurt you for 2 hearts. And for the life of me, I can't remember which. It's either Blood Rights or the other one like it. Somebody will answer it. Either way, Tornas on into his boss fight. Daddy Longlegs. Really not that scary. Just have to watch out for all those legs popping down. And again, on this one, just keep moving as soon as he winds up in the air. You'll see the shadow about a moment before that leg comes down to hit you. Ooh, Cobalt at half a sketchball heart at the moment, so butt clench. There you see a little bit more health up. Tornas going to move on down to the womb too with a pretty decent advantage at the moment. He's going to just have to find this boss fight randomly though. Curse of the Lost again adds on extra rooms, and that is not what you want to see right here. So he's really, really going to have to get lucky in coming across this boss fight. Razor, thank you. That's the one I was thinking of that I couldn't think of the name of. Thank you guys. This is why I love you. You always have my back. Oh god, this is going to get close. Thank you for killing that Cobalt. Wow. I thought that gluttony at the bottom wasn't going to die in time. That was knowledge of the game on Cobalt's side, or one hell of a risk, one of the 2. But wow, he had to know exactly how much health was left on that thing. I thought he was dead right there. Whew. Nicely done. I may have just pooped a little, the Cobalt. I think I just pooped a little. Mercy, that was some good knowledge of the game right there. I'll give Cobalt the credit. He's got over 2,000 hours in this game. I think he knew exactly how much damage he had done. Also, god, this room. I would want to be out of this room as quickly as possible for Tornas. Oh god, maybe now he doesn't worry about the time so much. Cobalt down and back to the beginning, guys. Ooh. So, Balls of Steel, there's those 2 extra soul hearts for Tornas, and he's just got to worry about finishing this off without taking damage now. My point from earlier proven, by the way, guys? Thanks. First, I have no hope of getting to class on time. I would recommend going to class over watching this. They will always... Speaking of blood rights, we were just talking about that item. I swear this game hears me, guys. I swear it does. Either way, Cobalt now with blood rights. That'll damage you to damage everything in the room. And again, looks like he wasn't too happy with that build. I don't really blame him. Yeah, he's not taking pills. That's another reset. We got Shoop to Whoop for Tornas. You'll notice he won't quite use it yet, though. Gonna come in far handier, believe it or not, probably against the boss. Maybe if he gets in a room that he has to get himself cleared out of. But that's basically a one-time use of Brimstone. Ooh, there's a much better start. Fire rate capped out, a little bit of damage down. But again, good fire rate there for Cobaltstreak. Lots of extra bombs. Tornas gonna be a very happy man with that. Good old I'ma fire my lasers to whoop. So we should be able to rename items like that. Ooh, no such luck again. Yet another dead end on Tornas' side. This is an evil-looking map. It's Friday. I'll get notes from someone. Remember, kids, stay in school. Don't become me. Ooh, how about the tick on Cobalt's side? So one of the rarer pickups in the league. That's going to make sure that unless he gets Mom's Purse, Cobalt will not be able to pick up another trinket. Again, don't worry, we only race through the womb too. The Polaroid is not necessary yet. Playoff time, yes it is. Not yet though. So like I was saying, you aren't too worried about that aspect. What it does, it immediately does 15% damage to any boss fight that you walk into, or mini-boss for that matter. Heals you for 1 full red heart. And again, does not let you replace it though, so it's a little bit interesting. You have to be very careful if you're doing chest runs with that. How did they do the instant reset? Hold down R for about 3 seconds or so. God, all these Envy fights. This is just brutal on Tornas' side. So this is what, Envy number 3 and 4, if I'm not mistaken, on this floor? No more Envy. No Envy. See, this is what we need to ban next year. Can we ban certain enemies like Envy? Because, God, is this a time sink. Ooh, how about Boom? So, yeah, we'll take that. About 10 bombs on Cobalt's side. Again, already being 1 floor in is, well, bomb's never really a bad thing. Not what you're looking for necessarily, but being a floor in at this point, he'll take it and be moving. Yeah, this is his second double Envy room just on this floor, and I believe he... Actually, that might have been in round number 1 that he fought it, also. So I believe it's his 5th and 6th total throughout the day, but numbers 3 and 4 on this floor. Yeah, no bloat, no Envy. I can deal with this. I think the racers would, too. I don't think any of them would argue it. Alright, no keys, so nothing doing there. Tornas not going to bother. If that would have been any decent item, maybe he thinks about that challenge room, but wow, look at this. Another dead end. This floor, man. I bet he's almost wishing he held on to his sun card for this floor now, because this is being evil. Alright, so he knows he's going the correct way, at least at this point. See Cobalt picking up some tier rate increase off of that. And moving on into his Gertie Jr. fight, so looking for some revenge from last time. Technically speaking, it was a hockey puck Gertie Jr. that got him, but still looking for his revenge here. Alright, those half-heart heals coming in very handy on Tornas' side. You can thank Charm of the Vampire for a lot of that health he's gotten back. And, okay, so, well, while he's going the correct way, did still find an off-breaking dead-end room here, so, again, we know where that boss fight's gonna wind up being, is somewhere at the bottom of that hallway. But God, Tornas with his no luck here is gonna wind up having a full clear this room too, isn't he? Alright, there's a little bit of luck. We got an arcade to show up, if nothing else. So, if Tornas needs to heal, or wants to get himself some bombs or something of that nature, he's got that arcade sitting there. And these Devil Eyes, might as well just take one of them out as quickly as you can. You're probably going to wind up taking damage, especially with that triple shooting dude in the center of the room. Hey, look at this! We found Mom's Heart finally! Full clear of that womb, too. God. Well, not full clear. He left one room uncleared that he bombed back out of, but same difference. He saw every single room of this floor, is basically what I'm intending to get across. But one boss fight to go. Looks like Tornas may try to head back and grab himself some extra bombs, maybe an extra heart out of this situation. Heck, maybe Scatoli for that matter, as he's playing 3-card Monty. Either way, all these things can come in very handy. The more bombs you have, especially in this Mom's Heart fight, the better off you're going to be. Speaking of bombs, you see Cobalt putting one to very good use there in the center of the room. Mind you, took one hit to do it, but again, to clear those out, it makes this room go a lot faster. Maybe worth that half a heart of damage sometimes. And looks like Tornas happy with what he's got. He's going to head right on in, looking to tie this up in one apiece, so good luck, sir. And again, with that full charge on his Shoop-da-Whoop as well, he's got that one Brimstone charge, which my guess would be may use against those Knights. Yeah, Pretty Fly works out beautifully. That one orbital, or one extra, I should say, orbital. Tornas already has one, or had one. Jeez, I can't speak today. Either way, that extra fly, sure. I mean, hey, extra shot blocking capabilities. Keep you alive longer. Never gonna argue it. Except maybe as your very first item, but even then. Alright, a little bit more range up for Cobalt, and he's also got a Devil Deal here. Oh, God. Finally, a good Devil Deal shows up. How about it's stabby time for Cobalt? So, oh, man. Question is that too little, too late? Because, as you see, Tornas already a good 15% of the way through Mom's Heart here. But, oh, my. We got stabbing time, and Cobalt knows what he's doing with that knife. He's pretty surgical with that thing. Let alone a D20, which, again, if you've watched Cobaltstreak, you know what he can do with that D20. In a race situation, though, it's more on the fly, changing out items on the ground. It's not, he's not going to go build up a whole ton of stuff in an arcade like he normally would. So, again, not quite as useful in these races, but again, if you've watched Cobalt, you know what that thing can do. And lo and behold, there is that Shoop-da-Whoop like I was thinking against that Knight spawn for Tornas. Very nicely done. Got 3 of them in one shot. He's going to use the rest of these bombs now against Mom's Heart. There's that heal. He's actually gotten a heal in this room by comparison to what the damage that he's taken. Close enough? Works for me. Hey, it close counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and most emotes if you can't use them. So that counts for me. Yeah, just a little bit more damage here as Tornas has got it. Lives out the rest of the time. Ooh, I don't think he wanted the mini mob to actually eat that poison bomb. There we go. Now Mom's Heart's got that poison tick on her. Yeah, he's laughing. I think that just Pekka trolled him. I think that straight up trolled him right there by eating that bomb. Doesn't matter, though, that last little bit of damage, the way up and the way down up here, and we got ourselves a 1-to-1 tie, ladies and gentlemen. So, pivotal game 3 incoming. Oh, boy. Can Cobalt keep his undefeated streak alive, or can Tornas win this and keep his playoff hopes alive? Big pressure on both of these guys. Game 3 is going to decide it all, and we'll be right back in about 2 minutes. Hold on to your butts, guys. This one's going to get good. We'll be right back in 2 minutes. Let me get you a link into both of their channels again. Tell them both phenomenally great job. Great race up to this point, and wish them both good luck in round number 3. We'll be right back with that. Hang tight, guys. Alright, we're back and we're ready for round number 3, guys. Like I said, hopefully you're clenching your butt cheeks, because we've got ourselves a tie at 1 here, and this is going to be the all-determining race. So can Tornas win this one and keep his playoff hopes alive? Slim though they may be, he has to win out and hope for a little bit of luck, but he can still do it. So Tornas has got to win this to keep those playoff hopes alive. Cobalt's got to win this to keep his 11-0 record intact. So, Again, gonna be a little butt clenching on both sides. They're both probably finishing up their ads at the moment, so bear with us for just a little bit longer here. But again, like I said, we're gonna race through the womb too. Whoever kills it off first, they get that second all-important point. They get the win today. So can Cobalt be knocked off for the first time ever within BOILeR? Again, not just on my stream, but within BOILeR. Again, in the monthly races, totally different rule set, but yes, he has lost in those. Totally different rule set, not BOILeR method on that. So, different method there. Like I said, undefeated from Season 1 and all the way through Season 2 up to this point, so he's got pressure on him too. This one's gonna get good, guys. And again, best of luck to you both. There's that link. Thank you for beating me to it, Thule. There's a link into both of their channels at cadguard.net. Head into both Cobalt and Tornas' channels right now if you guys would. Say what's up to them, and seriously wish them good luck, because not only are they both gonna need it, but this one's gonna be great. Denver and Goliath. Yep, start popping the popcorn, get the butter ready. In the case of Fat Shuffler, get the baby oil ready, because, you know, hey, it works as butter, right? Sure. Oh, damn it. I had an extra button, but whatever. Either way, this one's seriously going to be great. I've been waiting for this one for a while, too. Like, when I got to look at the schedule at the very beginning of the year, there's a few that stand out as, like, those rivalry, if you will, games. And this was definitely one of them. Yeah, it's a friendly rivalry. Don't misunderstand me. But at the same point, you get that little extra little bit of oomph behind it, and this was definitely one of those games. So it looks like these guys are both just about ready to go. Tornas moves on into the center of his room, and they're going to do their own countdown again. There's that link. Again, please go into Cobaltstreak and Tornas' channels, and again, give them both the support instead of me if you guys would. I would very much appreciate that, as would they. And looks like they are both just about going to get going here. Again, Cobalt, with one of his favorite starting rooms, actually got himself a curse room here. And again, there you see, good luck to you both. That's why he likes it. Dead Dove. Again, kind of the God version of Spirit of the Night. Gives you Spectral Tears and Flying ability. On the right side, we got Technology too. So we're off to a good start here. The Relic also for Cobaltstreak. So you notice Technology 2, constant firing, and you also get that one tear still coming out of you as Isaac out of your other eye. Again, a lot of damage down off of that Tech 2. But again, it's constantly there, so you're really putting a lot of damage out at all times, and you're hitting everything with that piercing as well. So it's a little bit interesting. It's a lot of people like it, not as their first item half the time though, so it's very odd. Either way, like I said, Cobalt with that relic also, every 4 rooms he's going to get 1 blue soul heart spawn for him, and this time we only have to do it once. We got blue famine on the right, so let's all to famine if you would. And on the left, we got Cobalt fighting against Monstro. We're pretty dead even at this point, and I expect it to be like this throughout the entire race. These guys are both going to push for time. No, range bonus doesn't... oh, with Blood Rage. I'm sorry, I misread that, Rax. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Blood Rage will affect your technology, too. Totally misread that one. So Tornas is going to wind up with 1 cube of meat, again floating around him as an orbital, blocking shots and doing double base tier damage to anything, so it'll do 7 damage to anything it hits. We'll see what Cobalt gets momentarily as he's got Monstro dead. A little bit more health up on his side, a little bit of a heal, and again on down to his basement 2, slightly ahead of Tornas, who's doing the same right now. And for 1 penny, real quick, Judgy please. Nope, never mind. Moving on. Moving on. So we need more money on Tornas' side, but he may be able to get a decent item out of Judgy there. Ooh, and yet another mini-boss. I swear, Tornas is finding these all over the place today. And the P.E.K.K.A. is strong with the RNG. What can we say? How about a little bit of range up on Cobalt's side? And again, no bomb to get into that item rock, but he will have that key to get into his item room here. Once again, Blood Rights. This time he's going to take it and actually make use of it. So we'll see, this will actually damage everything in the room. It's kind of like having a death card handy, and against the Duke of Flies, this is actually going to be very, very effective, believe it or not. He doesn't have any way to heal, though. He may not use this unless a lot of flies get up on the screen. What's up, Kitsune Lord? How you doing? Ooh, and the meat, again, a mismarked item that's not tears up. That's actually a slight damage increase and 1 health up for Cobaltstreak, and he'll be the first on down to his caves. And there you see that blood rights being used. That damages everything in the room. I think it was for 40 or 60 damage, and again, for the life of me, I can't remember exactly how much, but if you think about your base tiers being 3.5, that's a slight damage increase. Oh, wow. How about quad shot? That plays a little bit more interesting with that technology too, because it won't fire out the quad shot as often. But again, you see out of the 1 eye, technically now there's 4 eyes crammed onto the other side. So Tornas is 5 eyes at the moment. That's interesting. So it doesn't mess with your technology 2 damage, but it still gives you that quad shot out of the 1 remaining eyeball that you had. So lots of shot coverage, if nothing else, on Tornas' side. Oh, and how about some damage up on all of that with the pentagram? Also gives you a curse up with more chance at devil deals. And with that boss fight cleared out, looks like Cobalt's going to head and look for his item room here. Speaking of which, Tornas just found his on that same floor. No key for it yet, though. Yeah, it's an odd combo you don't see much, that's for sure. Oh, well, the carry's on. How about the poop? Carry is on Tornas' side. That's like 7 touchdowns by Peyton Manning. Or rain on your wedding day. I might have gotten that terminology screwed up. Damn you, Alanis Morissette. Either way, though, like I was saying, not really that useful of an item. Would basically poop on the ground that you could put the poop out and hopefully get an item out of it. Yeah, well, shit. Alright, world card yet again for Tornas is going to give him a full map reveal, whatever floor he utilizes that on. And again, definitely not worth it at the moment. He's just looking for his boss fight, and he's only got the 1 way to go. So he'll save that for another floor. And sadly, I missed what Cobalt got, though. I thought it was the virus. Oh, wow, he's going to be very happy with this one, too, now. Although not with his space use item. Cobalt does have the habit, which is one of his favorite all-time items when he has his D6 runs. Again, not quite as useful with an infinite use space use item, but if you get hit once per room, it gives you half a charge on that space use. So twice per room gives you a full charge of it. Again, he has an infinite use of space use item at the moment, though, so not going to come into play here. But should he get something like, let's say, the Yum Heart, he'll be technically invincible at that point. And again, keep in mind, he might keep that blood rights. He saw the advantage that it's giving him time-wise there, so he may hold on to that if he can come across some more items, which now he has 10% more chance of with the Lucky Toe. Yeah, Grumps, no, but, oh well. So again, both working on the same floor right now. Pretty dead even, as neither has found either item room or boss fight. And speaking of mini boss fights, how about another one for Tornas? Wow. So he's going to go through all the 7 deadly sins in this 1 round, isn't he? So let's see. Bob's Rotten Head, 1-time thrown Poison Bomb, and that will actually replace a D6 on Tornas' side. Like, seriously, Tornas is just like, oh, here's another mini boss. Oh, here's another one. Oh, here's 2 of them in the same room. Enjoy. Oh, look at this. Samson's Lock. Oh, that's interesting. Yep, I was going to say, that's probably going to wind up replacing that Lucky Toe, and it will. Random chance now that you get a Blood Rage effect whenever you kill an enemy in a room. Again, just like Blood Rage, same amount of damage up, but a random chance that as you kill enemies that you get it. Yeah, so that's where my toe went. Dang it. Cobalt, you bastard. But a little bit of speed up with the belt again for Tornas, and again, he's just looking for a boss fight here. Now, first things first, with enough money... Oh, how about the habit for him as well, if he wants it? You might as well. And lo and behold, so both rocking the habit here. I think that might be a first in the races this season, guys. I'm not sure, but that may be the first time that both racers have had the habit at the same point. Oh, God. Well, Cobalt's got a build now. How about the Game Kid and the habit? So he's going to use Game Kid here. which gives you a chance to heal as you kill enemies. Notice that he healed up for a full heart of damage. He can get hit twice now and get another full charge on that game kit to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and probably heal himself full up every time he does it. So that is a great combination for Cobaltstreak. But more speed is now we got the wooden spoon for Tornas as well, so he is literally just cruising along at Usain Bolt speeds here. Is he firing out the back of his eye with that tech too from time to time? What glitched on that? Okay. It's probably him moving his mouse, honestly. Because again, Tornas does fire with his mouse, so that's probably exactly what that is, but that is bizarre looking. But there is no spoon. That'd be the spoon bender item. Alright, Cobalt just about done. One more enemy to kill here, and Gertie's dead. A little bit more fire rate increase with that wire coat hanger again. He'll be moving on down to the depths, same floor, although not the expansion version that Tornas has got. So again, slight disadvantage for Tornas, although time advantage in that he has cleared a few more rooms. But man, that combination Cobalt's got, notice he's going to game kit, and if he does take damage, he'll be more than happy to just faceplant for that second bit and go ahead and full charge it again and keep getting those heals. Because notice, he's pulled heals out of this. He's almost at full health. Yeah, mouse, people, not mouth. Mouse. Ooh, Anarchist Cookbook still going to be left behind instead of having 5 or 6, I forget which, random bomb spawns across the screen with that Anarchist Cookbook. Tornas is going to take the Bob's Rotten Head that he's got. And again, there you saw Cobalt took that extra little bit of damage. Not going to worry too much about it, though, and just fly straight on through here. Again, that is huge time saving with Game Kit, because you kill enemies a lot faster with that contact damage. Oh, and let's get a quick judgy please on Cobalt's side if you guys would. Oh, wow, that was a quick judgy please. About a little bit of health up for him. Again, taking that one bit of damage, looking to take the second. There you go. And again, if you're wondering why with only that one enemy left, the Cobalt actually went ahead and hit his game kit, it's because of that double charge. He just might as well at this point. And honestly, now that he's down to just red hearts, it really makes more sense. Yeah, judgy, thank you. And on into his store, so Greed yet again. You notice, especially with that poison ability with Virus, Cobalt's really just going to faceplant everything from here on out. So don't worry about the damage. Like I said, that's going to get replaced by Game Kid. But this is a brutal combination with Poison Touch here. And he's going to get to add something else onto it here with yet another item room. Tornas, on the other hand, finding his boss fight to finish off Depths 1, so he's still building that time advantage here. See, Cobalt will once again add on the Dead Bird, which is actually going to help this build, guys. So now as he takes damage, that bird still comes, there you see, is going to spawn every single time. So not only does he get 1/2 a charge, oh good god, it just gets better. He gets half a charge every time he gets hit. He poisons everything that he hits. Eve's Dead Bird comes out. This is pretty disgusting at the moment. Plus he's basically going to stay at full health. You notice, thankfully, Tornas with that piercing ability of technology too, as he is fighting against the mask, which Cobalt had to in the last round. So I guess it's at least evening out here. But again, we'll be in the same room momentarily as Cobalt moves in to fight Gish, and he's going to wind up with Little Gish following him. So a follower with tar tears that'll slow down the movement speed and shot speed of enemies that they inflict. But again, if you didn't notice, he also got that small rock. That is damage increase, fire rate increase, movement speed down on Cobalt's side. Well, how about dueling Dead Doves and Habits? Okay, sure. Flying and Spectral Tears now as well for Tornas. Wow. This is a pretty dead even run, guys. And again, they are dang close to each other. Tornas with a very slight advantage of about one room. Yeah, if Tornas gets Game Kit, I'm going to the casino. So there's Little Gish. And again, Cobalt going to move on down to his depths too as well. So both on an Acropolis expansion version of the floor, and you can see why it's not the most fun. Here's the other crappy part, guys. Game Kit doesn't hurt masks or the hearts. So you notice Cobalt just going to bomb right on out. Luckily found his item room attached here. And, oh, why not? Because we didn't have enough stuff that if you face planted would do damage. How about 17 damage per time that you hit something with that sacrificial dagger? And Cobalt's going to be very, very happy to continue to faceplant everything in his way at this point. Unbelievable damaging build just by faceplanting anything. This is a crazy build for Cobalt. And I really have no idea what it was that Tornas just picked up in that item room, sadly, because he's got so much stuff added onto his build that I honestly can't see anything new. Oh, it was a dead bird. Oh my god. Dueling dead birds. I just saw the bird pop out right as I looked over at chat and saw it. Oh my god. Dueling items all across the board. We got 3 of the same items for these racers, but Cobalt with the remainder of his items probably being slightly better. Also immediately found his boss fight too, so luckily got himself a time advantage here as he has ripped through Mom's foot. Gets himself Squeezy for a fire rate increase, those 2 extra soul hearts, and on down to his womb, so time advantage now left side for Cobaltstreak. Yeah, Ditto versus Ditto battle. And again, that build on Cobalt's like that sacrificial dagger doing mass damage to anything it hits. He's still firing shots, which means his tears and Little Gish are also still damaging. Anything he touches takes poison damage from the virus. Let's see, what else am I forgetting here? He gets a half a charge on his game kit immediately by taking damage. Takes damage again, gets another half a charge on it, pops his game kit, and gets a chance to heal as he kills enemies. This is a disgusting build, guys. And again, Tornas fighting his mom's foot at the moment too, looking to even this up in very short order. Keep in mind, still holding that world card. And don't hold out. This could still be an XL floor here on the womb, and if it is, that is massive, massive time advantage with that world card. So again, Tornas really, really actually hoping for an XL floor to pop here next. Just about done with Mom's foot. And there she goes. Squeezy for him as well. Fire rate increase, 2 soul hearts. Might as well take the Polaroid at this point. He's got more than enough speed and does not need that goat hoof, I don't think. He's going to take it though, so he'll cap his speed out. Ooh, no luck. So Utero 1, he'll head straight on over towards that boss fight that Cobalt just walked into. So we're about 4 rooms separated here. Oh, make that extra, Tornas cannot bomb through the other sides of that secret room, I should say. So he's going to have to go the long way here. And again, why not? A little bit of health up as Cobalt picked up the prayer card, used it 1 time for that extra health. As you see, that 1 half an eternal heart as he walked down to the next floor became 1 full red heart for him. And again, 1 floor to clear. So Tornas going to look to make as quick a work as he can of these rooms. And again, not going to worry about stuff like coins or things of that nature. Keep in mind, every time he gets hit, there's half a charge on that space used thrown bomb, so he can get through doors relatively easily with the cost of 1 heart. 2 hearts, actually. Everything in the womb hits you for a full heart of damage. I should probably quote these things correctly. Ooh, and thankfully he gets himself an empty room as well, so he'll take that free pill. Let's give 1 more Judgy, please. Actually, Judgy, we don't have time for you at the moment on Cobalt's side, so toodles. He's got a good enough build. He doesn't really care, I don't think. Nope. Again, Conquest for Tornas. There you are. I was wondering when he was going to pop out again. So he's got to make very quick time here, and that lack of world card, he's almost going to have to hope that's a telepill he's holding on to if he were to pop that right at the beginning of the next floor. And then again, dead ends on Cobalt's side. There it is. Uh-oh, Cobalt found his mom's heart fight, so this is going to get really, really close to over here momentarily. Keep in mind that build that Cobalt's got. You're going to see a lot of face planning going on in this next fight. Also, that High Priestess card's going to do some mass damage for him. So moving on in, looking to remain undefeated and win his division outright at 12-0 is Cobaltstreak on the left side. Man, Tornas getting no luck, still finding many boss fights and doubles for that matter, is still looking for the same fight, but as you see, the face planning continues. And Cobalt is building up charges on his game kit endlessly, doing damage with that sacrificial dagger, poison touch, his tears, everything else in line. And with that 1 extra hit, with that lag ball as well, because it had to think for a second, there's that 2-1 victory. Wow, to that finish, guys. Unbelievable runs on that one. And again,